channel, T-Bird Stacking. Let me see here. I want to see what internet I'm connected to. On the no, I don't want to be on the. I want to be on the. Oh, connected to 5G. All right, done. Oh, I hope I'm still connected. I should be. I just went and checked to see if I was on 2.4 megahertz for my Wi-Fi extender, or the 5G. And the 5G has a higher, faster megabytes per second sending rate. Rakamas, good to see you. How you doing? Thanks for stopping in. I wasn't even thinking about going live, but I was getting a little stir crazy, I guess. I just woke up probably, I don't know, half hour, maybe an hour ago. Mrs. T-Bird's already working. Uh, I started walking around the property and checking things out, and then I moved my Wi-Fi extender. I put it up higher. Outside, I was doing a little experimentation with my 2.5 megahertz Wi-Fi signal from my extender and my 5G. It seems like they're pretty close to about the same. But the 5G, hey Dennis the Menace, good morning. How you doing? The 5G seems to send out more megabytes per second than the 2.5G. But the strange thing is that the 2.5G seems like it receives more than the 5G. I don't know. I'm not an expert at any of that, but I was walking around the property trying to see how the signal affects on my internet on my phone, watching the signal strength through my settings. And of course, I can go inside my garage or my studios in there for when I do my pouring, and I got excellent signal. Of course, it's going through the building itself, which is made of wood, and you got insulation, and then you got your siding and whatnot. And out here in the opening, I mean, as long as I stay in an open area, like say right back there, I can go all the way back to the back there, and I've got excellent signal. But the minute, if you see that little area there where the trees are, when I go to the right, when I go to the right behind the trees, or anywhere behind the trees where the leaves are and everything, the signal drops from excellent and goes to good, and then it'll go to poor the further I go. There's my Molly Bear. Where you going, Molly Bear? Jax is over there next to in front of the hostas near the pool, sunning himself. They were talking about us having little foot. Good to see you. Good morning. Good morning. The foliage will dissipate the signal. Yeah, and that's what I was thinking. Littlefoot. It has nothing to do with the trees or the wood, but it has something to do with the leaves. It's got to, because I was, like I said, I was experimenting on watching my signal. And every time, if I'm out in the open or if I'm in an area, like say I go to my garage, I'm completely out of line of sight from my Wi-Fi extender. That dog needs a saddle. Yeah, she's a big dog. That's my Molly Bear, the black one. I'm sure you're talking about. Jax is probably about 65-ish, maybe 69 pounds. Molly Bear, she's about 90, 95. Yeah, but it's definitely. Hey, Ann. Thank you for stopping by. But like I said, it's got to be the foliage. It's got something to do with the leaves and the moisture, the living green moisture of the cells of the leaves that the signal can't permeate through, because I wanted to go over to that area over there and walk around in that path doing a live stream, or maybe even, I don't know. But every time when I would go into a certain area where I would get to the leaves, that I would lose signal, or it would drop dramatically. And the minute I'd step back into the open, it would be great. I would get excellent signal again. And I just started thinking because the signal does not go by line of sight, so to speak. Uh, but anyhow, it is what it is. I tried raising it, like I said, I raised the Wi-Fi extender, put it up on top of my canopy, in my pool, up out in the open, thinking maybe I could get better signal. I think probably I do, but it doesn't seem like it improved it a whole lot. How's everybody doing this fine morning? Did you have some thunderstorms roll through your way yesterday, Raka? Yeah, they're calling for some thunderstorms here today. It's supposed to be up in the mid 80s, I think like 83, 84. You found the 1920 silver brooch? Nice. Wow, that's awesome, Dennis. Did I see that? Did you have the video up on that or a short on that brooch, Dennis? Not here, but maybe later. Yeah, yeah. I got a I got the fire going from the coals from last night. I was surprised there's still coals there. I missed Michael Stacking's live stream last night, as he would say, "Dag, nabbit, dag, nah." Oh man! Of course, Sundays are usually me and Mrs. T Birds alone time together, do whatever, and we were spending time together. We went off a few different places, and we came home. We were home. We had a fire going outside in the fire pit. Short is up. I'll have to go take a look at it. Is it a more recent? It's a recent short, Dennis. But we got home and I went for a quick swim in the pool. We were by the fire pit. We were just relaxing together with the puppy dogs. And then she wanted to go watch a movie. We went in, started watching a movie, and I didn't even know what time it was. I have no clue. I have no clue. And next thing I know, we're waking up this morning. The newest. Awesome, Dennis. Alrighty, cool. Well, after my live stream, whenever I end it, I'll be sure to go check it out. Today's my first day of my week vacation off this week. Mrs. T is working all this week. I wanted to do a live stream pour maybe today. Jeff Rubin, good to see you. How you doing, buddy? Thanks for stopping in. I wanted to do. I was talking about doing that silver bear pour, but I never got a chance to ever even work on that flask. That's something I would probably have to do today. So I don't think I'll be pouring that silver bear today. But who knows? Maybe a little later on this afternoon, I may do a little bit of pouring, and if I do, I'll do it live. I'll just have to kind of come up with what I want to pour in copper. I'll load the crucible up probably. I do have a lot of things I want to do and tend around the house. Let me see what we got. All right, I can't quite see because of the sunlight. But was that cool or what, Raka? That I one of those trees I cut. I cut down a couple of trees, some small trees and a larger tree, and I was just randomly cutting it up to bring it over for firewood for the fire pit. And wow, Mrs. T-Bird actually is the one that noticed it. And she goes, "Oh my God, Mark." She goes, "Look at that." And I said, "What?" She goes, "Look at that. Look on that piece of wood that you cut." And I said, "What? Which one?" And she goes, "Look, it looks just like the tree of life." And I go, "Oh, wow. Cool. Yeah." I go, "I see it. I see it." Let me go. I got those off to the garage. Let me go grab them real quick and I'll show them to you. Hold on. Give me a second. Molly Bear, over here. me see if I can set these down right here where you can see it. Oh, they don't fall over. I don't know if you're going to be able to see that or not. Come here, Molly Bear. Come on. I might have to bring him closer. Because if I do, it's a little slight incline. Try to move the tripod closer. Sorry about that, guys. Poopy dog, move it. Over there. Over there, poopy dog. Yeah, I call Jax my poopy dog sometimes. Then here comes Molly Bear. Okay, let me scroll back here real quick, make sure I didn't miss anything. No, I didn't miss anything. OTG! Woo! What's going on, brother? Yeah, I took out the compound miter saw. And a few of them I commented on what I plan on doing for it. Mrs. T-Bird kind of came up with the idea, and like I said, she noticed the tree of life in that log. Now, it's hard to say how deep it goes because it does change throughout the log. It's like it's kind of like a stain inside the wood, but it goes right straight through the wood. Now, this piece was originally there. You'll see a little bit of burn marks right here, but that's because I took my compound miter saw and I wanted to slice it off even. So I sliced it off even right there. And what was happening is that near where the blade attaches, it was hitting here, so I couldn't completely go all the way down when I was with my compound miter saw. So I might have to use it on my table saw when I make the slices. But I can take I got a palm sander with some 80 or 100 or 200 grit. And I can sand that off, and those burn marks will actually come off from here. But if I turn it around on the other side, I mean, throughout, can you see that? Yeah, throughout the wood, that stain area is going to be different throughout the wood as it goes. So Mrs. T-Bird said I could probably, make some nice coasters out of those. Let me see if I can get you closer and we'll zoom into it. It looks like Silver Spot is moving up again. Yeah, I seen that earlier. I got a few things from message from SD Bullion. What was it? They a sale. Is it SD Bullion? I think they have a special on gold, 50% off premiums, and also they have a deal on dimes, silver constitutional dimes. But yeah, look at that. I let me zoom in on that a little bit so you guys can see it better. Isn't that awesome? How many pieces depending on how thin I slice it. I don't want to make it too super thin, but I'm gonna have to use my table saw because the wood. Yeah, Jeff, I said wood. The hardwood, Jeff, is it's too big around in diameter for when my compound miter saw comes down. There's like a beveled washer that holds the blade inside there, and the beveled washer starts hitting the wood before it's completely cut all the way through. So I have a real nice table saw. I'll have to use that and maybe slice some pieces off. And like I said, over there in this one, that's where I got these little burn marks, but they'll sand right out. And what I have is more or less a mirror image. It's a mirror image from one side to the other side because that's where they had pieced together. So that one's like facing left and that one's facing right, so to speak. So like when these two pieces were together originally, this was there. You follow what I'm saying? But I think it's going to be pretty awesome. But once I cut them, I don't, like I said, I don't know. I don't want to go too thin so they don't break. I don't want to go too thin. Let me come back here a little bit. I'll keep that on there. But I don't want to cut them too thin, but I'm figuring maybe like a 1/4 inch thick, maybe. And what I'm going to do is sand the top first before I put them on my table saw and cut off about a 1/4 inch thick. Raka says she wants a slice. I don't know how many I'm gonna get because that pattern Raka is gonna change. And what I want to do after I make the slice is I'm probably gonna get some shellac and shellac the top, some clear shellac, if you know what shellac is, so it doesn't stain any different color. Once I get it sanded and the piece is done, the bark probably won't. The bark probably won't be there. I'm going to try to keep it with the bark if I can, but there's a lot of the bark that's already like kind of peeled a little bit off the edges on this side of it. I'll try to do what I can do, but once I get that, I'm going to be getting some epoxy. I'm going to get some clear epoxy. I'm going to get a piece that's going to fit that, and I'm going to actually epoxy them right in there. So by the time I'm said and done, these pieces may be, if I cut them a 1/4 inch thick and I get the epoxy, and once I do the epoxy on them, they're going to be thicker than a 1/4 inch. I'm missing the chat here. I got to scroll down. I think the bark will break off. Yes, yes, absolutely, Raka. Humble Stacker, how you doing? Good to see you, Humble. But the bark, like I said, will probably definitely come off, and Raka hit it. I wasn't watching the chat. I was looking at that and talking, and I had to scroll down. My chat hadn't been scrolling. But I'll probably end up losing the bark, and if I do, what I'll do is I'll take my sander and I'll round it off so it's nice and smooth. Like I said, I'll put a little shellac on it, clear shellac, and let that dry. And I'll do that to both sides, obviously. And once that's done, I'll get some of that epoxy. Like, you ever seen those shows where they epoxy stuff and make counters out of and whatnot? Mrs. Tubert wants me to do that to our counter inside of our house, and I'll epoxy it. I probably go maybe like an 1/8 of an inch thick, but I want to be able to seal it. Wood pour? No, no. Check that out, Humble. I was cutting some wood on my property, and I cut one of the Mrs. Tebert had noticed it inside the rings of the tree. They call it staining of the inside of the wood. And sometimes you get that on different pieces. But come on, what is? Hey, Rise Bubbo, good to see you. It looks like the tree of life, man. I long story because I've already went, but there's some burn marks on this one because I used my compound miter saw, but the piece that holds the blade on was hit, and I couldn't do a complete cut through it, so it kind of left some burn marks. But I can sand that right off, make that really nice. And even this is a rough cut from the chainsaw, that one right there. I can smooth that all out nice and smooth. So when I sand it down, you ain't gonna see any of those lines like that. It's gonna be nice and clean, and it'll look more like that area, and you'll be able to see the wood rings. And I'm just gonna make some coasters out of them. And it was really awesome. But how many pieces am I gonna get? Because as I cut a 1/4 inch piece off from that one, and then that one, they're still gonna be there. But as I cut more and more and more, that staining of the tree of life is gonna disappear. It's just so cool. I got a tree with a tree of life in it. Hi, Cindy. How you doing? Good to see you. It'll fade. Well, maybe not. Not like I said. If I take that wood and once I cut it, I'm going to sand the top first, then cut it about a 1/4 inch thick, and then sand the other side, and then I'm going to get some shellac, and I'm going to shellac it and clear, and that should hold it. That should keep that exactly the way it is. And then after, get some once that dries and that cures, get some epoxy, and I'm going to epoxy the whole thing and make like a round coaster out of it, a nice round wooden coaster. What I'm going to do with them, I don't know. Is Daisy May in here? Woo, Daisy May, good to see you. Thank you so much for stopping in. Yeah, I popped in your live and just towards the end earlier. I did the same thing to Minty Cactus. I went to go to her live, and her live ended. I'm like, what? I kept popping in at the wrong times. A happy Monday, everyone. Share Bear. Woo! Awesome. Good to see you. Yeah, a quarter inch is pretty thin, Razbabo. But like I said, I want to try to get as many of them as I can. I've got a really nice table saw, an expensive one. It's got slider arms on it, slider arm on it, and everything. And I got a nice blade on it. I got a fairly decent compound miter saw, but like I said, on a compound miter saw, the blade doesn't go deep enough to make the complete slice, and that's what I was going to try to do. And I didn't want to go too much thinner than a quarter inch because if I do, I stand chances of that breaking. Canslaw, how you doing, Canslaw? Thank you for stopping in. And a good morning to you. I don't got my T-Bird coffee cup, but I got a regular Dixie cup. Good morning, everyone. Who was it? Dennis was saying she needs a bridle. Molly Bear, she's relaxing. Molly Bear, you don't even want to listen to me, do you? No. She says no. I'll just lay here. I'll just lay here. I'm comfortable. Leave me alone. Yeah, sleepy dogs. They've slept all night. Get a Stromboli? Anonymous meeting? What? Where's my Stromboli? Was live at 6 a.m. Ooh, wow. Yeah, I didn't even get up till I think it was about, I don't know, 9:30ish. I think it was 9:30. But I ended up falling asleep sometime last night around when Michael live stream was happening or just before it. Me and Mrs. T-Bird was relaxed and spending time together, and we went into the fifth wheel, and she wanted to watch a movie. I was watching a movie with her. And next thing I know, I woke up and it was morning time. I'm like, what? What? But yeah, I'm good. I'll get that flask going sometime this week, maybe more midweek, hopefully, and I'll get that flask together with that bear, and I'll do a silver pour of that bear. So awesome, Share Bear. If you're still here, I think she may be. Uh, I got your email. Thank you so much, and I'll get that out to you within the next few days. I got some mail to send out to Michael, Deneen, Share Bear. Uh, there's several other mail pieces I got together that I've got to get out. I got a hat that's supposed to go out to Daryl USA. I got to get that out to him today. I promised him a hat, a T-Bird hat. I got a little bit of sawdust. I got sawdust. This is my T-Bird hat. Bird's the word. Yes, sir. Yeah, you're still here. Yeah, I kind of knew you were. I just wanted to make sure you knew that was going out. And thank you so much, Share Bear, for watching my playlist. And it's helping. Yes, it is. It's helping dramatically. Because, like I said, it's been about. I think I started my YouTube channel about in the beginning, at the end of June or the beginning of July last year. So I passed that magic year to where as I'm getting watch hours, I'm losing watch hours. But in the beginning, I didn't have that much content and it was just a lot of real small shorts. But as the month progressed throughout July, the videos, the shorts got longer or have more shorts, videos, longer videos. I don't remember when my first live stream was. I don't remember. I'd have to go back and look. No, I didn't go down to the post office yet today. Um, did I go down Saturday? No, I didn't go down Saturday. My post office doors are open 24/7. So I can go at any. Stags, good morning. Good morning. Yeah. Package will be there Friday. Thank you very much, Jeff. Yep. Awesome. Yep. We'll take care of you, brother. We'll get you something. You know what you wanted me to do. I know what you're sending me. Appreciate it, brother. But yeah, the watch hours, like I said, as time's progressing, um, I didn't really start putting out a lot of content until probably around I don't know. I was putting out content, but as time progressed, August through September, October, that's when it really started ramping up with the content I was putting out. So what's happening now is the content that I'm doing now supersedes and is much more than what I did back then, but I'm still losing hours as I'm gaining hours. So it's like it's going to be a fight to try to reach that first milestone with YouTube with 3,000 watch hours. And I think I'm like 300 and some on hours away from 3,000. And then you get like a little perk. And then the initial thing is 4,000 and 1,000 subscribers. Let me see here. Yeah, that reminds me. I also got 7 stacks. They send something out there. I got to get her little package together. So I made her a promise. I had some newer stickers, and I specifically put aside 007 for her, specifically for 7 stacks. You know how she loves the number 7. Michael's parcels, 44 pounds. Is it really 44.3 pounds? Cancela. Did you send something that heavy to Michael Stacking? That's what I want to know. Or is it just a joke? Leave my camera set up on my fire while I sleep. Who's gonna sit there? I think people. James Real. Woo! What's going on? Oh, mama. You see the tree of life right there in them wood, the stains in those woods? I'm gonna make some coasters out of those, shellac them, and then put some epoxy on them. Don't know how many I'm gonna get. James Real, always good to see you. Good to see each and every one of you. Good morning, James. Man, he even commented that he wants more dirt bike and footage. Ah, he wants to see me ride my dirt bike. I could do that. I could do that live, but I'd have to put the. I can't do a poll. I could if I was on my laptop. Oh, I don't know. I don't know, James. Let me see. I'm scrolling back. I see that cancel says I hope Michael and Nancy do a mail call. No jokes, buddy. Yeah, you hope they do a mail call on yours. He will. He'll show it. I don't know. He doesn't usually do the videos on it, Canslaw. He doesn't usually do the videos, but he'll do it on live stream and show it. I think that's how he usually does it. I may be having a little bit of brain fog there, James, but you put what is the EFF up? See you, bird. The EFF. Refreshing my memory. I'm sorry. It's morning. I'm just getting my coffee. And like I said, I'm having a little bit of brain fog here, anyways. But what do you mean by the EFF? Please and thank you. Molly Bear. 8 people, 13 likes. Woo! Oh, the guys banned me. No, I don't ban you. You're not banned. You'll never get banned here, OTG. You're my happy troll. Little Molly Bear. Oh, I don't understand youngsters' codes. Yeah, like GY SU. Good to see you. I use that a lot. 151 away from 1K. Woohoo! Congratulations! Congratulations, 7 stacks. Yeah, I forget what it was, but I had something to do with my YouTube studio. It had something to do with 777, and it reminded me of you. And um, I took a snapshot of it, a screen save. I was gonna put it on my post. I'll have to go back and find out where it is. See if I can't post it on my page. That'll be awesome. Only 650 hours away from 4,000. I take it, and getting encroaching on the 1K. Awesome. Hmm. But I don't know. Seeing that you're out here, James, I wasn't going to do it, but I can set. I can set the. Oh man, I'd have to go get. I'm barefoot too. Oh, I'd have to go get shoes. I was gonna say I could go zoom around the yard real quick over there, re relocate the camera, and I could set that up, and I could go spin around with the doom buggy and maybe the dirt bike. I could do it, but oh man, I'd have to go get my Crocs on at least. I ain't gonna shift the shifting lever with my bare feet. Maybe I can do that. The barefoot contest. I think you were trying to say wear a helmet. I'm a country boy, man. I the helmet that I got would be for my skidoo, or not for my skidoo, uh, for my motorcycle, and it's more of a winter type helmet. It's like a motorcycle helmet, a full face helmet, and I'm a country boy. Country boys live wild and free. And I don't do anything crazy enough to turn around and get myself injured or hurt. I mean, yeah, you got always precautions, precautions, but I'm pretty good at what I do and on my own property. If I take off going down the road, if I'm riding my motorcycle and going down the road, then yeah, I'll put a helmet on. I have to by law. Now only have 650 watch hours. Oh, so you have a lot of work to do. Oh yeah. Oh man. Yeah, I'll see if I can't. I get a few devices. I know I have different devices, and I have knuckle busting numbskulls going on, watching some of his stuff, and also Daisy May. I've been doing a lot on Daisy May, doing a playlist, and I think she's doing the same as well to me, just like Share Bears watching a lot of my playlists. Um, I'm always trying to everything I do when I do a short and I do a Coinstar find. I always allocate it towards a short Coinstar or coins. I allocate them to different playlists, live streams, whether it was a fireside, and I'll put live and fireside. But I've got a playlist going on. I don't have maybe 60% of my videos allocated to those playlists. Let me scroll back here a little bit. I wish I would have brought my laptop out here. That way, there I can see the chat better. Because on the phone, I got this small little window. I got this small little window, and I can't read it all, and it goes by too fast a lot of times. And for 1 ounce of AG, Jimmy to my friends, Dennis. Reminder, my birthday, 64 on August 14th. Woo! And Jeff's is August 17th. Oh wow, he'll be turning 35. Oh, happy early birthday to the both of you. Awesome. Yes. Yes, James. God did make another beautiful day. It's awesome here. Knuckle busting numbskull. Woo! What's going on, brother? Good to see you. For those that have just stopped in, I won't go through the whole spiel, but I was cutting up some wood on my property and I cut this in. Mrs. T Bird saw it And we have the tree of life inside of a tree. You see that? I'm going to make some coasters with it. I attempted to slice one up already on my compound miter saw, but it wouldn't go through all the way and they had little burn marks right there. I'm going to be able to sand those out, but I'm going to shellac those with some clear shellac and get some epoxy and make some coasters for them. How many I'm going to make, I don't know. It all depends on how deep that stain goes into the wood. I'm going to try to cut them about a 1/4 inch thick. Yeah, it's real cool. Raka Moss can see it. I know a few other ones had seen it. I did a short on it yesterday real quick, but that's going to be really, yeah, it is. Let me throw just a little bit of wood on that fire, so I don't got to get the coals going. Yeah, I'm still relaxing. I'm in my vacation mode. My vacation shorts. I ain't gonna build a big fire. I just want to keep this going that way. I don't have to worry about it later. I got some small stuff I got over here. There we go. Where's my puppy dogs? Jax is right there. I gotta keep an eye on. Where's my Molly Bear? There you are. There's my Molly Bear. Molly Bear usually hangs around. She's a really good dog. Jax, I gotta keep him. I came up with a thing here. Let me show you. Let me show you. Oh, wait, come here, Jax. Come here, buddy. Jax is my runner. When he's loose, he likes to take off and just run. So what I did is I got his leash attached to another tie strap around a weight, 10-pound weight. And that way there, as long as he knows he's got something on, he doesn't take off. And he'll hang around. He'll just pull the weight around. It's not that hard for him to do it. You saw a rabbit last night, and he took off like a bat out of hell. He excuse the language, I apologize, but he ran, and that weight was bouncing on the ground and all over the place, and you wouldn't believe that. He's like, wow, he was gone. That weight was in the air. It was funny as heck to see. That's for sure. Uh, there we go. Let me scroll back. Boomer Gen X. I'll never have what we had. Great time to be alive. Absolutely. Absolutely, Jeff. It is a great time to be alive. Is that coincidence? Coleslaw. Let me see. Thank you, Raka. Face reveal. Face reveal. No, no. I haven't shaved or nothing. I've gave a few face reveals. You're about ready to take some Excedrin? You got a headache, eh? Sorry to hear that, Knuckles. T-Bird shorts. Yeah, there's T-Bird shorts. The flaming shorts. This T-Bird got me a lot of different apparel. And I've got all kinds of T-Bird stuff. Even T-Bird socks. I got T-Bird sneakers, T-Bird hats, T-Bird shirts. No, I brought all the other stuff in the house. Yeah. But as soon as James Real wants to see me go for a quick ride, I can relocate the camera and I can take a quick ride in the doom buggy or go grab the motorcycle out. I will put another live or another video out there of me riding. I gotta get a GoPro. I gotta get a GoPro. No, but I've had a T-Bird before long ago. Also a Firebird Trans Am GTA 1986 Pontiac GTA with the Firebird on it. But I had a T-Bird long time ago. I had many a cars. I had a '69 Mach 1 had a 351 in it. I had a Grand Torino station wagon that had a 351 Cleveland in it. Had a 1979 Z28, 1972 442 Oldsmobile. Ooh, muscle cars. Had a 19, what was that? Chevy Chevelle. I don't remember the year of that one. 74? I think it was a 1974 Chevy Chevelle. Let's see, hold on a second here. Anybody want to on deeper? Go through all his videos he does. Yeah, there's a few face reveals here and there. there is a few, and you get some of those in my studio when you got the I got that electronic fireplace on the wall. That thing is just like a mirror, apparently, because I went back and seen a few, and boy, you can get some pretty good images from that the glass on them. Oh, you was born in '74. That's cool until 19/9/11. I thought you were a little older than that. You mean to tell me I have? Let me see. Well, ain't that much. I was gonna say I got almost 10 years on you, OTG. You got almost 10 years on you, brother. I probably don't act like it, but oh well. Let's see. Who we have? Jeff is still out here. Who was asking me that if I do go for a ride to put a helmet on? I think it was Cancela. I said I was a country boy. Country boy, they don't need no. Well, you know, you should always be safe and wear a helmet. You should, but I don't go too fast in my yard. I only go maybe like 20, 25, 30 miles an hour. And I get off on those dirt roads out back. I wind them up to about 45, 55 miles an hour. That's about top speed I can get out of those the dirt bike. You had a Mustang hatchback, first car. Had a '66 Pontiac. Bonneville. Yeah, I've had a few Bonnevilles. My Bonnevilles were newer cars. Yeah, yeah, I had a few. I had a couple different. I think the Bonnevilles that I had were like 2000. Yeah. Let me go take Jax and put Jax inside the camper in the fifth wheel. Maybe I'll take a quick ride. Come here, Jax. Come here, Molly Bear. Come here, Molly Bear. Come on. Come on. Over here. Come here, girl. Get up there. Get up there. Come on. Come on, let's go. Come on. Car keys. All right, I'm back. Sorry, I wouldn't put the puppy dogs inside the fifth wheel. That way, there, in case I take the doom buggy out, I'll relocate this. Let me see. AI dog again. Looks so authentic. Papa Smurf, please be careful if you're going to take the doom buggy out. Oh yeah, the doom buggy. It's all good. Here we go, James Real. This is all for you, brother, James. It's all good. I'm gonna set you up. My brother had a '72 Grand Torino. Did he? Yeah, they're a pretty good car. Mine was a '71. They were both '70. I actually had two. One was a Grand Torino station wagon, had a 351 Cleveland in it. Um, that was the big block, and that was a brown station wagon. Station wagon, yeah. And The other one was a 71 Gran Trino. It was the same year, but it had a Windsor. It was a small block, and I still think that was a 351, if I'm not mistaken. I'm not quite sure. I forget. Don't tell me you're taking off, James. I put the puppy dogs away, and I put the puppy dogs away, and put them in the camper, the fifth wheel, so I could show you a go for a ride here. Let me reposition you guys here. I think maybe I can up here, and you guys get a good bird's eye view. I don't know whether I should do it here or have it back there. Maybe back there. Hey, 210 Stacks, what's going on? Woo! Yeah, I think it was Knuckles. Like I said, I had a green one and I had a brown one. One was a Windsor and one was a Cleveland. But that Cleveland was a strong motor and you couldn't kill that thing. I know I couldn't, and I beat the heck out of it. I beat the heck out of that thing. Yeah, I wish. See, there's nobody here to operate my camera. So you guys have to watch that. And you is everybody cool with me just leaving you guys here and not talking to you and me going for a few spins up in there with my doom buggy? You're just gonna be watching, but you'll see me go back and forth. Who's gonna thumbs up? Thumbs up for if you're all right with that. It might be for 5 minutes, maybe. 5 minutes. I'll cruise around up and down. Looking, I don't see one thumbs up. Dennis the man is woo, yeah, brother. But the camera's gonna be in a set location. Go for it, he says. Woo, Raka says, go for it. I knew Raka was there for me. She's always there for me. Like I said, I don't know whether. No, that's kind of. You'd be able to see me, but you'd just see me go around the loop, and then I'd be gone. Or next to that hedgerow, Knuckles. So let me set you guys up right there. I'll leave it off to the side a little bit. That way you can see me go through. And I'm going to go start up the Doom Buggy. You guys all watching? This is for James Rio. And I don't even think he's here anymore. I don't have a helmet, man. I got a motorcycle helmet. I'm a country boy. I'll be good. I'm inside of a Doom Buggy. I got a roll cage. I'll put my 5-piece harness on. Minty Cactus, woo! Good to see you. We're gonna go for a ride. Yeah, you did see me there. I told you right at the end. I like popped it on a dag nabbit, man. I'm sorry, Minty. I was just getting up. The same thing happened to me on Daisy May's live. I think she had. I popped in there and it was just ending. I think I might have got a comment off. I'm not sure. Hold on, guys. I'll put my harness on for Can Slaw, but I don't have a helmet. I'm not going to put a motorcycle winter skidoo motorcycle helmet on. Maybe I should, because then you can't see me. But you ain't going to see me anyways. You're just going to see me in the Doom Buggy. Alrighty, hold on, guys. Here we go. That was fun. That was fun. Okay, big toys for big boys. You got that right, Jeff. How'd it go? Everything look good? Travels back in time. Oh, what happens if T-Bird reaches 88 miles an hour back into the future? No, I'd like to go back in the past. I wouldn't do anything different to buy more silver and gold when it was real cheap. Off to the races, Canslaw says. We would never have done 6 months ago. We would never done a face reveal. Now he wants to do it every week. I try not to do a face reveal, but I don't mind, a little ways away. That ain't a true face reveal. Of course, I did that all for, yeah, happy Monday. Happy Monday, Minty Cactus. Sorry I didn't get that. James Real. I was doing that for James Real and he took off. I think he took off. I don't think he's still here. He had business to attend to. Trying to see the chat here. Let me bring this back down. I could. Oh, almost. I knocked over the tree of life. Knocked over one of the trees of life. There we go. Could have did a motorcycle, dirt bike ride too. Who knows? Maybe. Reposition this camera here so I can see the chat. 3D Woodworks. Oh man, I think he missed it. He missed my Doom Buggy ride. Good morning, 3D. I just took out the Doom Buggy. I did it for James Real. I think he left though. I think he had to go. I'll have to do a video for him. Yeah, it's right parked right there. Could you see me when I was flashing the headlights on and off, everyone? Yeah, I am. I went to go sit down as I was moving my camera and I almost missed my chair. To be perfectly honest. Brings back memories. Quarter-mile farm lane. Mini bike. Oh yeah. Yeah, Mrs. T-Bird's got a mini bike. Got her a mini bike not that long ago because the dirt bikes are a little bit too big for her, too high. But yeah, I'm a country boy and a country boy at heart. I don't know. I love riding around on dune buggies and motorcycles, dirt bikes, four wheelers. The four wheeler needs some work done to it. It's not running right now. But I hope you guys all enjoyed that. Like I said, I could do the same thing again, take the dirt bike out, but James Real ain't here. How'd you like that, Dennis? I hope you guys enjoyed that. I know. I'm not acting my age. I'm just acting my true age. What can I say? It's fun. I enjoy having fun. Look fun to him. Woo! Yeah, I think me and Knuckles are pretty. I think he's a little younger than me though. I'm 59. I think he's a little younger than me. I don't remember your age. I forget. Second coffee? Oh man. Yeah. I'd have to go into the house, go get another coffee. I think I drank all mine. I drank all my coffee. I need a second coffee. No, no, I got a little left. A little left in here. Not a whole lot. 4 years younger. Yep. Yeah. Number is just a number. It doesn't mean anything. It's not your, what do you call that? Cryological age or whatever? No, not a cryological. I can't think of the name that I'm thinking of. Thank you very much, Dennis. Electric skate, longboards, pretty cool. Yeah, I'd like to. I've never been on a surfboard, but I always wanted to. I've been on a sailboard for the wind with the sail on it. That was pretty cool. I used to like to do water skiing. I used to love the water ski, and I know I could still do it. I'd slalom. I used to water ski a lot. I used to turn around. I remember when I first started learning to water ski, I'd have to sit in the chair and have two skis up out of the water, and then I mastered that. And then after a couple of years, I mastered water skiing really good with one, and I started kicking one ski off, and then just water skiing on one. And then I got tiresome to have to keep going back to go get that single water ski. So I started to learn how to come up out of the water with just one slalom ski, and I mastered that, and that was pretty cool. That was pretty cool. But like I said, I'm just living my cryology. I can't even think of the word. That ain't the right word for it. But my not my number age. My number age ain't anything. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. I'm just living my cryolog. I can't even say it now. Cryological. No, that ain't it. Who can help me out here with that? What would you call that? I'm not sure. But I feel good for whatever numbers. 59 years around the sun. I'm in pretty good health. I'm in pretty good shape for 59 years around the sun. I feel good. And yeah, Raka, I'm living my best life. I'm doing the things I enjoy and I love to do, even if it's not for, even if I wasn't live streaming or doing videos for YouTube, I'd still be doing this. I still did it. I'm only trying to give you, show and share my joys of what I like to do. Yeah, I believe and I think that you guys enjoy and like seeing that. Sometimes Mrs. T-Bird questions me, why am I doing that? She goes, people don't want to see that. And I said, I don't know. Maybe they do and maybe they don't. I go, but there's a lot of them that do enjoy it and they really like some of the stuff I put up. I don't want it to all be about coins. Yeah, do I love coins? Yes, I do. I love coins. That is my passion. That is my passion. Constitutional coins, collecting coins. I have done it for since I've been 14. Silver and gold, collecting silver and gold, hedging my wealth against inflation. And I've talked about this. I know there's a few of you that are on here that have heard me do that. You might have been born in a leap year. No, I wasn't born in a leap year. Unless you're talking to somebody else, Ruben. You're not as old as you think you are. No, I wasn't born in a leap year. Not that I'm aware of. I don't. No. I would have to research that. I don't think it was a leap year. Yeah. Chronological. OTG. Yeah. Chronological age. And I think that's the right terminology. Thank you. That's what I think I was trying to say. Yeah, there's certain words I bungle with and I fumble around with. I think most of us do that. A lot of us maybe do that. Not every one of us. And but like I was saying, I'm just living my best, and I enjoy doing it. If I stopped doing YouTube tomorrow and never did another YouTube stream, I'd still be doing what I'm doing, regardless. I love it. I enjoy it. It makes me happy, brings me joy. I mean, and I'm just trying to bring my joy and share it with you, my YouTube family. Um, I know each and every one of us all can't do what I can do, and I'm sorry for that. I apologize, but if I can reach out there by some of the things that I enjoy to do and show them here on YouTube, whether it be in shorts or not shorts, but short videos or videos or live streams, and if I can bring some sort of happiness and a smile to somebody's face, that makes it all worthwhile to be able to share that with you. I think my puppy dogs want to come back out. They're barking. I don't know what they're barking at. They're probably saying, "Let me out." They usually go crazy. I know a lot of times Molly Bear, without a leash on, I can put her in a passenger seat. She sits there so pretty, and she goes for a ride with me. She loves that. So doesn't Jax, but I have to have the leash on Jax and hold the leash because every once in a while, if he sees something, squirrel or whatever, he'll try to jump out going. But I don't go very fast with him. Maybe 10 or 15 miles an hour. Now that doom buggy does exceed up to 57 miles an hour top speed. Um, on average around the yard, which I was doing back there, maybe anywhere from 0 to 25, maybe to hit 30 on the way coming back on the stretch. On the stretch coming back here, I might have hit 30 maybe. I could have went faster, but you know. Oops. Leaning tower of Pisa here. Let me fix that. There we go. Yeah, I'm not. I'm not trying to justify. Yeah, exactly. Bigfoot in the woods? No, no Bigfoot in the woods. I don't think. Hmm. Kansas still wondering whether I can show the bone pile. He teases me a little bit about that. I don't have no bone pile here. I've got brush piles. I got a lot of brush piles. There are Smurfs. Oh yeah. Yeah. Let's go for a walk. Let's go for a short walk. I don't even know how long I've been on it. Oh wow, an hour and 4 minutes. Woo! How time flies. Yeah. Let's go for a quick walk. I try to hold the phone still. As long as if I start getting choppy or anything, let me know. Uh, I don't want to go too far out that way. Jeff, there's where the trolls live. Video that I did, and I did it. I hope everything's good here. It should be. I can't go inside there. Are you scared yet? You see a jump? No. Everybody go feet. Dang it. See? I get on the other side of that where the leaves are, and I disconnect. Now I gotta ask if I'm connected. Dang it. Oh man. Let me get that. Frozen. How about now, Raka? Rakamas? Am I live again? Maybe I have to go and reset my thing here. Smurf is getting along. It's okay. So I'm good. I'm 5 times 5 again. All right. Yeah, I went just the other side of that that birch tree. The trees, the leaves on the trees have something to do with blocking my signal to my Wi-Fi. Because I can walk way back there and I got no problem. Or serial killer. No, no serial killers here. No, I know you're just joking around, Canslaw. No, I'm as an easy going person as they get, unless you get to a straight three. If somebody does me wrong or something, and even then, I don't. I just, I'm nice to anyone, and this they could be nasty to me. And I got a red tomato to pick here. Oops, I had my knuckle in the way. Knuckles. Yeah, a red rape tomato there, and a few green ones. My tomato plants haven't done very well. Those are really, really tiny when I got them. They were just like 3 inches high. My onions. I gotta, yeah, I gotta pick my lettuce again. Make some radishes, carrots. They're still growing. Beets. Them are squash. More radishes. More beets, and them that row isn't doing very well. And I got some beans. She's got flowers on my beans. No beans yet. Oh, hey, I got a little baby bean. Uh, little baby bean just starting. And some small ones that are starting, seedless watermelons. Fertilizer would help. Yeah. Well, this is soil that I had gotten that there's a way, I forget what it's called. You can take wood and make an ash, not an ash burnt, but it's like you can take coals and you can get it down and it puts a lot of nutrients in the soil. I mix it up periodically. I forget what they call it, but I got some spaghetti squash right there. One spaghetti squash. There's another one. I got my sweet potatoes right there that are coming along real nice. I do got the zucchini. Oh, there's a zucchini right there. Oh, can you see it? There's a zucchini just starting. I got a couple of zucchinis starting. I'm trying to think what they call it again. Um, but you use wood and you burn it into a charcoal where it's a black coal, and there's a way how to do it, and then you can crush it up and you can mix it in, and it gives nutrients and stuff to the soil for a long time, not just for a short time, but for a few years. I forget what it's called. I had researched it and did it on the internet, but I maybe need to put some other type of fertilizer in there. I won't deny that. But those carrots seem like they should have, and the beets are not really getting up there really good. They're slow. They're growing slow. Uh, Message. Yeah, review deleted message. Okay. Let's see. The one thing that I hate about being outside like this, when it gets during the daytime, I get that glare on the screen that I can't see unless I get into a nice shaded area. Looks like I got 21 likes. Linda Bob Mom, awesome to see you. Good to see you. Thanks for stopping in, Linda. Woo! I'm gonna scroll back here a little bit just to make sure. Calmanor, yeah, would work good. And of course, water too. Yeah, I was a little neglectful for a few days. We hadn't been getting very much rain here at all, hardly any, and I neglected it several different times for a few days without water at nighttime or in the early morning. And my tomato plants almost bit the dust. They almost died. They were getting pretty. They were all everything was all limped down and dry. And gave them some water, and everything came back up. He may have accidentally did that to Canslaw. I'm not sure. I'm not sure what he timed him out for or deleted. I'm not sure. Yes, Linda, Linda Bob Mom, water my garden. I usually try to do it every night in the evening after the sun goes down. I mean, I say the evening, early morning hours. I mean, I'm talking like 2:30, 3 o'clock in the morning. Um, Trying to think, somebody else had asked me. I'm not. I think it might have been Dennis. They were asking something. I did a video and they're asking something to do with the tower over there. If they were, I forget what it was in one of my videos. I think it was you, Dennis. I'm not sure, Dennis the Menace. I would have to look back at my shorts, but that's a cellular tower. I'm not sure. It's not my cellular tower, but that's a cell tower, and it's got a blinking light at the top. There's a lot of turkey vultures that kind of roost up towards the very tippy top. I don't see any up there right now. Eh, he wanted me to give him a hug. He wanted a hug, Linda Bot Mom. So Jeff gave him a hug. He gave him a Michael Stacking hug. Yeah, like I was saying, I fell asleep and I did what you did, I guess. Me and Mrs. T-Bird usually take Sundays for ourselves together. But I wanted to pop on there and we were out by the fire, went for swim in the pool, went to the fire, spent time together out by the. I mean, we went a few places, but we came home. It was before Michael's stream, and she wanted to go watch a movie, and we went in there, the fifth wheel. We went inside the fifth wheel, and we were watching a movie in there, and we both fell asleep. I fell asleep. Next thing I know, it was like it's 9:30 in the morning. But I am off all this week. Maybe later on today. I'm not. I can't make any promises, but maybe later on today I'll pour some metal. More than likely, just copper. I'm not prepared to do the bear and silver today. I gotta get that flask going. I'll probably work on that a little later on tonight. Surveillance camera, FBI surveillance camera. Why isn't Linda blue? I don't know. I've never really. Linda comes on periodically. I can make her blue if she wants to be blue. Hold on. I'll make you blue, Linda. I'll make you blue. Let's see. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Let me try here. I think I can. Uh, I'll make Linda Bop more blue. There. Linda Bop. Linda Bop is blue. I I um I just don't like having too many monitors. I know a lot of people make everybody in their channel blue, and that way there it's very easy for them to click and sub to other channels. Um, I just haven't got to that point yet of making everybody blue. I only give them a wrench, so I have a few monitors that are out there that I know people that come into my live streams a lot of times and that are always here, so they can monitor. Hi, Cindy. Good to see you. Always good to see you, Cindy. And that way, there, if something happens, if they need to post a link or somebody's email, and I can direct them to grab somebody's link and post somebody's link up, because at times it's difficult for me unless I got my laptop going. I can't do it from my phone when I'm streaming from my phone. And if somebody comes in that's a real troll, not like OTG, don't ever time out OTG or put them in a. You want to give them a hug? Sure, okay, give them a little hug, but I want to do it like for about 5 seconds. But uh, but if you get a bad troll, you know that comes in, they can take care of that and handle that for me because I have had a few in the past. You're very welcome, Linda Bob. Yes, you are. You are special, Cindy. Yes, you are. You absolutely are. and it's always good to see you, Cindy, all the time. You're my YouTube sister from South Africa, way down South Africa. It is a very nice day today. I hope we don't get the thunderstorms like they said we were supposed to. They're talking about thunderstorms, but all this week is going to be an awesome week. Nothing but sunshine Tuesday and Wednesday. Uh, it's going to be mid to high 80s. It'll be nice. I like it warm like that. I think Thursday is supposed to be cloudy but warm. They're not saying any rain. Linda gives the best hugs. Yeah, I don't think I've ever got a Michael Stacken YouTube hug. Not that I want one. I don't want. I don't want one of those hugs. I don't want one of those hugs. I don't want to be timed out. I try to be. I try to be good. You go live again later. It's holiday here. Nothing else to do. Heat Dome Part 4 coming again. Yeah, if I'm not busy, Kanslaw, I'll definitely pop in your live for a little bit. I'll definitely do that. But you know how the bird's always busy. Um, I do have a lot of. It's my very first day of my vacation this week. Um, I do intend on maybe doing a live stream every morning, probably. I will probably do an evening live stream right after Michael Stackings. OTG. Let's see. Hey, I missed something that he said. Need to take a nap. You're old. Take care, OTG. Always good to see you, brother. You know you got a place here to come and hang out anytime, brother. Yeah, he's got a lot of channels, a lot of channel names. Yeah, but I have a cancel out too. I'll definitely pop in your live. Um, like I said, I don't mean to be selfish or anything, but I do enjoy, like I said, even when I'm not on YouTube and I may not record, I do enjoy going for rides. And I go down the road. It's a country road right here. Country roads take me home to the place. I ain't gonna go there. Stop singing. I'll get OC out here lurking and start saying, my ears, my ears. But I'll go down the road, and there's another dead end road. It turns into a dirt road, and I enjoy going down there with my dirt bike, and I enjoy going down there with my doom buggy. Doom buggy. I enjoy riding around here. So I mean, there's a lot of stuff I enjoy and like to do that I can't do while I'm on online. Um, I have a lot of work that I need to get done around here on my vacation this week. I can do that. I could record the ride, my doom buggy. I've done it before. I've got some and use the music, country roads. Well, only if it's a short I can, because if I do a video and I put in, I can get a music strike for it. But if I do a short, I can do that. Thank God I'm a country boy. Yeah, John Denver. Thanks for putting that song in my head. But also, I have a lot of things I just need to do. Chores, the joys of chores. I oh, what does Mrs. T-Bird call it? I'm always doing something. I can't sit still. It's the labor of love. I call it. I guess. I got about 5 acres I mow. It takes me 4 or 5 hours to mow it. I don't have to mow because it's already done. But working on my property, cutting down some trees, clearing branches, clearing brush, and you know, I enjoy doing it. I like doing it, but I've got a lot of things that I need to do. And when I'm on vacation like this, is when I need to get it done. I want to do some pouring. I got to do a little preparation for doing the pour later on tonight. I got to work on my flask, do my silver bear pour. Um, ants in your pants. Just wish there wasn't so much to do. Yeah, I know. There's a lot to do, but I'm always busy. I'm always on the go. I'm always on the go. And even when me and Mrs. Tebet are sitting down together trying to relax and enjoy each other's company, I mean, it's like we're by the fire pit. Okay, I'm going to do a face review. I'm putting down just a little bit. But even when we're doing this, sitting by the campfire, I mean, I got to get up. We're sitting down. We're sitting down enjoying each other's company. Next thing you know, I mean, there's ashes and other stuff. I mean, I got to pick the broom up. I got to pick the broom up. I'm not a real big neat freak, but there's certain things that I got things that I like to do, and we'll be sitting there, like I said, enjoying each other's company, and I got to get up and I got to sweep the bark off into the fire pit. And she doesn't like that so much because I just can't sit still. She says, she says I can't sit still, and I can't. I don't know, but that's what I do. No, even when I'm relaxing, my mind doesn't stop. Neither does Mrs. T-Bird. She's always thinking. She's always thinking of things for me to do, like things I can do inside the house. She wants me to do redo our counters with the what do you call that stuff? I was talking about doing with the making those Tree of Life coasters. Yeah, when I cut them ends in the Tree of Life, the epoxy. She wants me to epoxy our counters and do something like a design on the counters and then put epoxy over the top of our counters instead of our house. And then there's other things. She's always thinking of things that I can do in our home. And she's always having me coming up with, she's always coming up with all these ideas. But to me, that's work, 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 more work. And they're awesome ideas, but I've got a lot on my plate, and that some of the stuff that she wants me to do is takes time. It's like over here, she wants to have me extend the pool deck to the house and then put a roof over the top of everything. And so that's a plan in the working is to make a deck that extends from the house. It goes probably about 10, 15 feet connected to the deck and then put a roof over the whole complete top. That's something I told her I would do, and I thought it would be awesome. So I'll be doing that. Maybe not this year, but there's always something like that she's trying to get me to do. A figment of her imagination. She's out here a few times. Ask Jeff knows. Rakamas knows. Uh, she's occasionally on here, but a lot of times is when she's not working. Like mine and her time is mine and her time, and there's a lot of times when she gets done work, we spend quality time together because, um, I mean, when I'm working, I'm not on vacation. I'm working. I come home. She's still working for a little while longer, and then when she gets done, it's me and her, and I have to respect that. But she has been on a few times and on a few of my lives. Not too many, but she's on there every once in a while. Thought about a robot lawnmower? No. Saves many hours. No, no, I haven't thought about a robot lawnmower. That's 5 acres. 5 acres is a lot of land. I don't know how the heck I can get the lawnmower to mow all that, a robot lawnmower. But that's one of my joys that I love to do. Even though it's work, riding I enjoy riding my zero turn. I enjoy riding my turn and mowing. It's even though it's work, it's relaxing. Uh, take the weed whacker. I mean, even like we cut down the Husqvarna over there. I mean, even cutting down stuff, cleaning up my property. I just enjoy doing that. Your phone is number 32. heard my old phone is on number 32 of my live streams. Awesome. It just keeps going. Nice. Thank you, Linda Bob. Yeah. I mean, even with the weed whacker. I even enjoy the weed whacking. You know, I just like making my place look nice and keep everything taken care of, you know. So it's just joys of work, labor of love, I guess you would call it. You love the smell of fresh cut grass? Yeah, yeah, I do too, Jeff. Um, I'm not sure the name of what it's called, but it's a certain kind of wood. It gives off a. Let me see. All right, take you guys for a walk again. 6 people, 23. Woo. I'm not sure. Maybe somebody. I'll have to take a picture of it and Google it. It doesn't always come up with the right thing. But no, I can't go back there. What's going on? Maybe. Hold on. I may have lost my Wi-Fi, and I may be just connected to my Wi-Fi in my house. Give me a second here, guys. Let me. I need to go to my internet. I don't know. I still should be 5G connected. I'm connected to that. Oh, what the heck happened there? Let me on. I'm connected to the 2.5. I don't know. It's what keeps me young. Work. Yeah, the work is what keeps me young, Linda Bob. Maybe. I think I'm still streaming here. I know I seem to disconnect. I got my Wi-Fi. I shouldn't have. I was connected to my 5G. Yeah, I'm still here. Why the heck did I? I'm trying to go back a little further. You're here. Woo, yeah. I'm going to try this one more time. I clicked over to the 2.5G. I don't know. I'm trying to bring you back to show you this tree. I'll probably have to do a video of it. If it gets choppy or starts acting up, let me know. I don't know why it did that. But obviously, no, it may not be Captain Obvious. You're right. Back there, no good. How about right now? Am I still good? If it starts getting choppy, let me know. Somebody got to let me know quick though. But Linda Bob Mom may be able to tell me what this is. 5 times 5, Jeff? All right, cool. Here we are. We're almost here. The one thing I didn't do is I usually put flowers in here. I've got a few perennials, but some of my perennials didn't make it this year. It's a little rock garden I got. And this is the tree that I'm talking about right here. I could have to Google it, but these red berries are not berries you can eat. But you can see this type of leaf. I've researched it before. I forget what it's called. But whatever type of wood that is, it gives off, and they're very small bushes. This is a huge, it's maybe 10 feet tall. It's maybe like 10 feet tall, but I'll show you the bark, what it kind of looks like. That's what it is. And you get some dead stuff, and I like to trim the branches off and put it in the fire, and it gives off this very sweet, awesome aroma. It's a very sweet, awesome aroma. It's like no other I've ever smelt before. When you're burning it, and it's really awesome. But it's it's a tree. I've got a lot of them around my property, but it's not something where you're going to get a lot of wood out of. You're not going to get a cord of wood. I probably could, but then all of them would be all gone. But I don't know the name of that. plant identification. I had one of those before. I downloaded the app, the plant identification. I did do a FBI surveillance camera interferes with the area backyard sometimes. But I did a Google on it before. I forget what it's called. It comes up with several different names, but they're poisonous berries. They're not edible. I have a lot of berries on my property. I have blackberries, black raspberries, I call them, and I got red raspberries, and I got black caps. The black caps, I've been actually picking them every day and freezing them in a gallon container. Yes, Marl's huckleberry, honeysuckle. I think that's what it is. I think that's what it is, Cindy. But if you live in the country and you have some of that on your property, and if you cut it down, or even the dead stuff, and if you're able to have campfires or wood fires, a winter berry, maybe. I think Cindy may have got it. Marl's honeysuckle. That's what it is. No, I have very few. I don't. I don't have any poison ivy or poison oak anywhere around my property. I have had in the past, but I've always been very adamant on uprooting any type of poison ivy or poison oak because I'm always, like I said, I'm as a country boy as you get. Ooh. I walk around barefoot on my property. I walk around with shorts in the summertime. It's what I do. I mean, I'm on a country road, nobody behind me, nobody. I love being out here relaxing in my shorts, and a lot of times no shirt on. You know, you got one in your yard? Wow, really? That's awesome. You got them even over there in South Africa? Woo! I'm an all-American country boy. Yes, sir, Donald Trumpy. You got that right, brother. Poison sumac. We've got sumac trees, but they're not poison sumac. Not sumac. No, they call them something else. No, they call them. I call them sumacs. Let's see if I can zoom into you guys so you can see them. Maybe you can see them, maybe you can't. But they're not. I don't know. They don't give you any rash or anything. I call them sumac trees. They got like a reddish fruit on the top of them. You guys might not be able to see it. Yeah, you can see over on that hedgerow. They're on that hedgerow over there. I mow around them. I let them grow up and make like a nice little canopy over there. I don't know if you can see the red bunches on the top of them. Red sumac is safe. You make tea with them. Really, Linda Bob? White are poison. I don't have any white. Those are the red. Now, Mrs. T-Bird had got these. They're called tiger's eyes. We bought those on our squirrel pad here. They only get about that high. They don't get very big. They're only like about maybe 4 or 5 feet high. They're on our squirrel pad, and they're like the red sumac, but they're called tiger's eyes. I don't know. We bought them, but the other ones that I showed you way over there, them are wild. They grow wild, and they're a little invasive. They are a little invasive from the roots. They grow up other trees, and they keep going and keep spreading. They'll keep going if you let them do so. I like them in their set locations, and I don't really want them to spread too much. The one thing about those ones that me and Miss T-Bird bought, they're not supposed to be as invasive as the red sumac. What I was getting at is the any of the poison oak or poison ivy that has been on my property, I've eradicated. I've eradicated throughout the years because I don't want to be able to go out and walk around and get poison ivy or poison oak on me. You have to go, Linda Bob. Alrighty, thank you. I'll probably be on here a little while longer, not too much more. I appreciate you stopping in, Linda Bob, and thank you so much for watching my playlist. It's very, very much appreciated, and it is helping me out. Like I said, I've been watching Knuckle Busting's playlist and Daisy May's playlist. I've been letting them run. On other devices that I have four different devices other than my cell phone. Um, I got to go back to see how Knuckles is doing. I think, I mean, there's been a lot of lives that I've watched on Knuckles, but I haven't watched them all. But I've hit his play. Oh, he's still here. I've been hitting his live stream playlist. I've been doing the same. I haven't been going to each and every one and commenting or anything. And Share Bear is awesome with that because whatever she's watching, she's always sending me a wave hand that she's watched it, and that's so awesome. It's so cool. She's commenting. Um, I'm not doing any of that like Share Bear does. Maybe I should, but that'd be very time consuming from my lifestyle, what I need to do, and try to get things done. Yeah, she's still here. Awesome. Woo. Yeah, thank you, Share Bear. Like I said, but I've got Knuckles Bustin's playlist going. I got Daisy May's playlist going, and there's been a lot of live streams that I've I think I've almost done every single one of Knuckles. I believe there are a lot of times where I'm catching it just before I'm heading to work, and then when I go to work, I'm missing a lot of it. So those are the ones that I'm replaying the same thing over, so he gets the watch hours for those. Like I said, I'm doing the same for Daisy May. There was another subscriber I wanted to do on another one of my devices, but I haven't got that device going right now. I forget who it was. Oh, awesome, 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 Jeff. Thank you so much. Handsaw 2, have a good one. 528. You heading out of here, Dennis? Yeah, every video. Awesome. And thank you so much, Sherry Bear. Like I said, if they believe you heard me earlier, I did get your email, and I will be getting that out in another couple of days. I hope you really enjoy that. It's that little bear is poured from the heart, poured from the heart, and it fits. I think it fits you, and I hope you enjoy it. Maybe I'll just. It's going to be difficult for me to stamp because it's so small, but maybe I can put a stamp on the bottom. Share Bear, maybe. We'll see. I don't think you're real concerned about knowing the weight or having the weight stamped on it. I can do that if you want. Um, but it's pure 999 copper, and if you want the weight on it, just let me know. But if I can, I'll try to stamp your YouTube name on there. It may be difficult to do though. There's no place in the front. Maybe on the back. Maybe I can do that. Yeah, but like I said, it reminds me of you. Every time a little bear. Rakamas has the very first one. Deneen, my sister from Alaska. Woo. I hope she's doing well. I haven't seen her out here today at all. I think there's comments. I got to go back and go check out people's comments. Bye, bye, Cindy. Have a good day. Yes, you stay safe as well. Yeah, in another 4 minutes, it'll be an hour and 45 minutes I've been streaming. It seems like only like 30. Uh, but I've got some work to do here in my property. I got some things I want to tend to. I got more trees I want to cut down and cut up. I got some work to do inside the garage. Uh, I got a dirt bike that's calling my name that I want to go for a ride on. I got to do some preparation work for that. Maybe go down to the hardware store and get some shellac. So when I cut those, I guess that 1/4 inch. I think the first one I'm going to try is a 1/4 inch thick, um, and maybe a little on the thin side. But I want to try to make as many as I can. If the first one doesn't work, then I'll have to go to a 1/2 inch. I may only be able to get 2 or 3 of those trees of life out of them pieces of wood. I'm going to shellac them, clear shellac, let them cure and dry, and then put some of uh, that resin over the top. I'm going to put resin over the top and have it completely sealed. It'll be something awesome to do. I think they'll be real nice. Like I said, I'd like to get 4 or 5 or 6 if I can. But I don't think I'm going to get that many because as I cut them off, the, that image, that stain in that wood is going to change as I go through it. It's not going to stay like that all the way through the wood, like I was showing earlier. If you look on the opposite sides of those pieces, they've changed. It changes throughout the wood, and I'm hoping I can get 3 or 4, like even on that one. It looks like a big Pac-Man, maybe. That's a project. Thank you, Canslaw. I will get to your stream when you have your stream. I'll probably head out there and I'll leave it run while you're streaming. Oh, somebody's back at the shooting range. You guys hear that? I got a shooting range up behind my house. Bigfoot. Oh. No, never seen any Bigfoots here. I believe in Bigfoots. I think the only thing we have up around here, we have bears, but very seldomly, very rarely will you see one. We got bobcats. We had a Canadian lynx here. We saw one time, a Canadian lynx. It was a gray Canadian lynx. That was in the wintertime. But for the most part, there's deer, there's squirrels, raccoons, rabbits, birds, and me. But no Bigfoots, no Sasquatches. Getting your afternoon lottery ticket. Yeah. Be careful on how many you buy unless you can afford that habit. I mean, I used to extensively buy a lot of tickets back in the past, more than what I probably should have, but I didn't even want to go there. But I have successfully stopped buying lottery tickets, scratch offs. I used to play the lottery, pick threes, pick fours. I do the mega balls and the jackpots. And no, cancel. I never won the lottery. Nothing big, anyways. Only the biggest biggest win I ever won was probably like I don't know, $2,500, $2,500, and that was on what they call a quick draw. I won several prizes of $500 on a lot of scratch-off tickets, 200, 300, and 400, and I was on a roll there for about a 3-month span back in 2021. But I have, and that was an issue between me and Mrs. Hebert on my lottery addiction. But I have broke the lottery addiction. I am not an alcoholic. I enjoy a drink of wine every once in a while. I enjoy a little drink of a little cocktail, like Jeff Rubin and Cartier Silver says. But I enjoy a little cocktail from time to time. I'm not an avid drinker. Uh, I keep a bottle of Disaronno in my freezer, and maybe every other night I take a little swig out of off it before I go to bed or something. Just a little tiny swig. Only because I like the taste. But I don't drink beer. No, don't drink beer at all. And I'm not a liquor drinker. I've never been an alcoholic. Anything by far. I'm just a social drinker. And even then, I sometimes I'll go weeks without drinking. Um, but when it came to lottery addiction, I had a very bad lottery addiction. A very bad lottery addiction. And I successfully kicked that habit as of the last 3 years. I think within the last 3 years, I think I've only bought maybe like one ticket. And that was a long time ago. Awesome. 36 years. Good. Good for you. Good for you. That's awesome to hear, brother. Uh, but yeah, it's a long thing, and Mrs. Keeper's gonna end up seeing this. She watches a lot of my videos, and she's oh boy. I sometimes she says she doesn't believe me, but it's true. I just I had about a 3 month. I don't even want to say it because she doesn't like me giving that information. I, it was back in 2021. I had I was collecting tickets wherever I could find them to enter for second chance drawings, and you would be amazed. I'm telling you. And the outside garbage is garbage picker. You'd be amazed the winning tickets that people throw away. Vegas stacker, woo! I'm probably gonna go another. Maybe I'll go to another 10 minutes. Vegas out there. Good to see you, brother. Always good to see you. Did you see? This is gonna be the third time I showed it. Some wood that I cut up. I used my compound miter saw. That's a little bit of burn that'll come out, but look at the tree of life inside the tree that I got. I'm gonna make some wooden coasters out of those. Check that out, brother. I'm gonna varnish. I'm not gonna varnish them. I'm gonna put a little clear shellac on them and get as many as I can. I had my compound miter saw and I tried to even it out to make it flat so it wasn't at an angle. And where the blade attaches to it was interfering with the size of the piece of wood that I had, and I couldn't cut down all the way. So I got some burn marks, but I'm going to sand that out. I'm going to use them on my table saw. I'm going to cut up as many as I can, anywhere from 1/4 inch to 1/2 inch thick. I'm going to put a little clear shellac on them, let them cure, and then I'm going to get some. I'm going to get some. What was all that stuff again? I forgot. Brain fog. I just need my other cup of coffee. But I'm going to do those up in some coasters. I'm going to try to get as many as I can because that design is going to disappear as I cut down into the wood. No problem, Vegas. Quick thumbs up. Appreciate you as always, brother. Thank you so much. But to get back to what I was talking about, like in 2021, I was collecting tickets to enter for second chance sweepstakes, and that's back when I was buying a lot of lottery tickets. But I was gathering as many as I could for a second chance sweepstakes, and you wouldn't believe the tickets that people throw away that are, man. There's people that just don't pay attention. Epoxy, yes, thank you, Ruben. But they don't pay attention because what I would do is if you scratch off where the code is, where you can scan it to read it, that wasn't scratched off. And I would have to scratch that off to scan that through my app to get it for a second chance sweepstakes. And when it if it was a losing ticket, I would get the credit for it. If it was a winning ticket, it wouldn't give me it. They wouldn't they wouldn't allow you to put a winning ticket in there. So even if somebody had won, and I've had people at my work that knew I was doing this, they would give me their winning tickets that they already had scanned and received the money from. And I said, no, I can't because they won't work. Because I was using my winning tickets to see if I could scan them, and it wouldn't honor it or accept it because it was a paid out ticket. So when I would collect tickets and find them, the people that threw them away where the thing wasn't scratched off, the scan bar, I would scan it to enter it for a second chance sweepstakes. And if it wouldn't take it because it was a winning ticket, it wouldn't give me the credit for it. I knew I had a winning ticket. And I'm telling you, I had found $20 winners, $50 winners. The biggest one I ever had, and you won't believe it, I still have it. It was a $2 Jingle Bells ticket, New York State. A $2 ticket. The grand prize on that thing, the maximum out for that $2 Jingle Bells ticket was $500. I went to go scratch out the thing and scan it for second chance sweepstakes. It wouldn't do it, and I said, "Well, it's got to be a winner." So I was they didn't scratch off the whole thing. They did a real quick scratch out, and I couldn't believe it. I've got the ticket inside. I've still saved the ticket. Yeah, holy crap. Exactly. $500. Somebody threw out a $500 scratch off, a $2 ticket. I was like, what? No way. No way. I kid you not. I'm not lying. I'm not making this up. If you want to bear with me for a minute, I know exactly where that ticket is. I can go into my house real quick and go grab that ticket and show that ticket to you. You guys want to hang out for a minute and I'll run and go get it? It'll take me like a minute, minute and a half. Let me know and I can go grab it. But I kid you not, I couldn't believe the amount of tickets people throw away because they're not paying attention. But lo and behold, within a 3-month time, I was doing that. I mean, one time I found a $50 ticket. I took a $50 ticket I found that somebody threw away. Yes, I did cash it in. I scratched off the code, the thing, so I could scan it for a second chance sweepstakes. It wouldn't take it. So I knew there was a winner and I started looking at the ticket and finished scratching it all off. And there was a $500 winner. Whose ticket was it? I don't know. I'm not going to bring it to the store. I didn't do it at that store. I did it at a different store because I would just, if I wouldn't go rummaging through the garbage, but I would grab a few. If I walked out of the store and I seen there was a handful of tickets on top of the trash thing, they were clean and not dirty because I'm not going to rummage through garbage. I would grab them and I would, at a later date, I would scan them and get them for a second chance sweepstakes. And it just so happened that one of them, that the thing wasn't scratched off and somebody threw away. And it happened all the time. There was at least 3-4 times during the week I'd find a $20 winner, a $30 winner, a $50 winner. And there was one time I had one of the latter part of the $50 winners that I had found. I took that and was buying other scratch offs with it at the stores. I turned that into $7K. Within 3 months, I was ahead of the game from a $50 throwaway. And I mean, I was on a roll. It's almost like I couldn't lose. I would always buy the $20 tickets, and I'd hit a 100 one day, a 200 the next day, another 100. I kept saving it and saving it and saving it, and I kept putting it away and putting it away and putting it away. But I managed to save within 3 months $7K from that $50 throwaway. 5 minutes, Jeff says. I guess you guys want me to go grab that ticket. Let me go grab it real quick. While I'm in there, I'm going to grab another cup of coffee because I am out. I've been out. Hold on. You're back. Oh, man, is that coffee good? Coffee's good. Oh, man. All right, guys, I'm back. I hope you're still here. Give me a second. Give me a second here. I guess I need a coffee stand. I need a coffee stand. They're going crazy at that shooting range, ain't they? Oh, I need a coffee stand here for my coffee. Okay, give me a moment. Whoa. I mean, I had this in a hutch, and I apologize. I inadvertently made a white lie. I said the top prize was 500. I'm back. I'm sorry. I inadvertently, it wasn't an intentional lie. I said the top prize was 500, but no, top prize was 20,000. But it was Jingle Bells. It was a $2 ticket. I'm not going to show it to you, but I'm looking at it here, trying to see if they got a date or a year so I can prove it. I don't know if they show the year. No, they don't. But this is the ticket. I won $500, and I'm pretty sure it was partially scratched off. Like I said, it was partially scratched off. The whole thing wasn't scratched off. But this is the ticket I found, and I picked up off the top. I didn't scratch off the whole thing. But if you can see there, there's an 8 and a 24. I don't know, can't believe they even threw it away. 8, 24, 24, 24, 8, 24, 8. Help me count it up. Can you guys see that all right? Why is it blurry? It looks blurry. Is it me and my glasses? 2 8s, top to top. That's 100. 24, that's a 200. That's 300. Another 24, top and bottom. Right. 200, 300, yeah. That's another 100. 400. 24, 50 in the bottom. 50. $500. Am I still connected? Because I don't see the chat. I just see Jeff saying 3 minutes. Somebody threw that ticket away. And this is the code that I was after right here. There's the code I was after to scratch that code off and scan it for a second chance sweepstakes. I have no idea. No, I don't know either, Care Bear. I don't know, but it's like when I had scratched this, everything up here wasn't completely scratched. I think what it was is I saw the 2, the 24 wasn't scratched off. It just showed 2, and that was partially scratched off, and it kind of looked like something else. I don't know, and I can never fathom of how they would have thrown that away. But then all of this was just scratched off real quick. I mean, I finished scratching this stuff off. I scratched off all this because when I scanned it, it wouldn't go through as a second chance. A lot of people do. There's a lot of people. Like I said, I'm not a garbage picker, and I don't want to pick through somebody else's trash. But when I was big into buying the lottery tickets, they had a second chance sweepstakes, and I could enter X amount of X amount of dollars, or X amount of tickets a day on a second chance. And it was like through a month thing that you would do, and at the end of the month, they would draw winners on all the tickets on what you had. So I was scooping up all of them that I could get, but I wasn't going to dig through the garbages to get them. And whenever I went to a store, when I was on a break at work, and I stopped by a store because I wasn't an avid lottery scratcher, I had an addiction. I did. I was probably spending $200 to $300 a day sometimes. On the average, $100 a day on lottery tickets. And I was picking these up. I mean, why not? If I seen some on the top of the garbage, I just grabbed them and I would scan them for the second chance sweepstakes. We may go a little longer, Jeff. I don't know, not very much longer, but yeah, I found multiple winners: $20, $25 winners, $50 winners. I think once I found maybe $100 winner, but my big one rate is right there. And I was telling you guys about it. This has not been staged. I told you it was Jingle Bucks and the max prize was 500, but I lied inadvertently, a white lie, because I forgot. But I knew where this ticket was in the hutch inside of our kitchen. I had it up in the hutch, not just, I knew about where it was. And I think, I'm going to go grab it. So it was the top prize was 20,000, but I can't believe that. I was like, just awesome. But yeah, people just do not. They the ones that have an addiction to them. Some of them, I know a few people even at my work that have a bad addiction to them. They go in and they they buy tickets and they scratch them off real quick and they want to win. They gotta win. They're gonna win the big one. They're gonna win. That's what Mrs. T-Bird said about me. That's what was my. I was trying to win the big one, but I broke that addiction, thankfully. And like I said, in over 3 years, I want to say four, but I'm trying to be optimistic. I'm being perfectly honest. In 3 years, I have not bought a single ticket. If I say in 4 years, I think in 4 years I've bought maybe one or two tops. But I have not bought any tickets. I won't buy them anymore because my last duration when I had when I was collecting the tickets and I found a $50 winner, I had profited by 70K within 3 months off from that $50 winner. It's almost like I couldn't lose, and I stashed all that away. Stashed it all away. Yep. And after that, uh, yeah, I used to like to play the pick three number. I don't know if you guys know about the pick three, but I used to like to play the pick three number. I would hit. I I'd play the pick three, and a lot of times like I would play. I think it was 001. I comboed it. It was a $3 ticket to combo it, but the maximum payout was $500. I'd bought in 10 tickets. 10 tickets, 001, comboed it. So it cost me $30. I hit 5K. Each ticket was tax free. Didn't have to tell didn't have to tell Uncle Sam about it because anything under 600 or under, you didn't have to claim or show at the end of the year. And Uncle Sam makes enough money, especially from me. But I would periodically do that. I did it on 10 tickets one time before, and my first time I did it on 5 tickets. I think I forget the number. I've got the tickets somewhere. I forget which number that was, but I got to the point where 000. I would watch the ticket, the pick three every day, and I got to the point where I thought 000 was going to hit. So I kept playing 000. I was buying $50 of 000, which the only way 000 can come in is that way. So it's only straight for $1. And I would buy $50 worth a day. I did that for months and months. Mrs. T-Bird found out about it. And did I get my hand slapped? Yes, I did. Yes, I did. But I did that for several months and 000 never hit. I was hopes that 000 would hit and every ticket would be 500, 500, 500, 500, 500. But since then, I've stopped. But anyways, you would have cashed it in. Yeah. I kid. I didn't cash it in. It was good to have you each out, all of you out here. Thank you, Rakamas. Thank you, Jeff. Thank you, all of you that stopped in and share bear. Thank you so much. Appreciate each and every one of you. I'm going to let you go. I got on a rant and a rave to do with the lottery ticket there. And I apologize. But have a great day, everyone. What's the word? Rakamas knows the word. Bird's the word. Woo! Yes, you have a blessed day as well, Share Bear. Thank you so much, and thank you for listening to me rattle on as if I need any coffee. I don't need any more caffeine, do I? Alrighty. Bird's the word. T-Bird out. Have a good day. Happy Monday.